Good evening, good evening, and a very warm welcome to one and all joining us today. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all participants, guests, and cybersecurity enthusiasts and learners who have connected with us for today's session. Let me begin with a thought that perfectly reflects the reality of our increasingly digital world. Cybersecurity is not just about technology, it is about awareness, responsibility, and human decisions. No matter how advanced our system becomes, cyber criminals often target the easiest point of entry, human behavior. And that brings us to today's important and thought provoking topic, hidden risks in modern digital ecosystem. Today's discussion, we will help us understand the modern digital ecosystem offers convenience and connectivity. But it also contains hidden risks such as data breaches, cyber attacks, privacy violations, and misinformation. These unseen threats can affect individual businesses and governments, making digital awareness and cybersecurity increasingly important. I am Rajwari Meghna, and it is my privilege to serve as an anchor for today's session. This lecture is a part of our Cyber Sundays episode 9, conducted under Project Cyber Shield, an initiative of Naksh Foundation in collaboration with SCI, dedicated to promoting awareness, learning, and meaningful conversation around cybersecurity, cyber law, digital governance, and emerging technology. Today marks episode 19 our Cyber Sundays journey, and we are truly delighted to have all of you with us this evening. Before we proceed further, let's feel the energy of our virtual audience. If you are excited for today's session, please type ready in the chat box. We would love to see your enthusiasm as we begin in this insightful learning experience together. It is now my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest speaker for episode 19 of Cyber Sundays, Ms. Satyaprabha Gunashekaran. Ms. Satyaprabha Gunashekaran, a distinguished cybersecurity professional with over 7 years of experience in the field. Ma'am currently serves as a security manager at Fractal Analytics and is a member of the Cyber Defense Research Center. She is passionate about bridging the gap between technology, businesses, and security to create a safe digital ecosystem. Beyond her professional achievements, she actively contributes to cybersecurity awareness and training initiatives. Data, and she is awarded as the Guardian Award winner in Cyberdome Data Security Summit and Award 2025 candidate brands. Star Award from Fractal for being a good Samaritan. Spot Awards from EYGDS for Innovation Network. We are truly honored to have you with us today to share her valuable knowledge and experience. Without further ado, ma'am, I would like to hand over the mic to you.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you for the brief introduction. Thank you, all the participants, for joining the session. It is Sunday evening. It shows your enthusiasm and the curiosity to learn. Yeah, actually, Megha has given the brief introduction about me, so I don't think I need to talk about me again. So maybe I'll start the session. So I'll tell you how I'm going to take it. So since this is most related to the how the application works and the risk behind that, and I'm more of a security professional, right? Like I'm into defensive security. So today I will be more like talking about how we can prevent it from any kind of security incidents or any malicious links. So if you are receiving something as a link or even a photo or any kind of malicious activities from any of your friends or known unknown persons, I can show you how you can respond to it, how you can get to know whether it is truly have some bad reputation or it is good. So I'll be talking more about that as well. And without any further delay, I will start sharing my screen. And I would like to, like this session to be more interactive. So I don't want to just take the session, sharing the slides. So I don't want that to be. So if I'm going too fast, if I'm going too slow, you can stop me anywhere at any point of time. And if you have any queries, you can stop me and ask me there as well. Also, you can post your questions in the chat. I'll try to answer your queries. And yeah, let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, I won't be talking more about myself. So, I have given the LinkedIn QR code to scan. Maybe you can connect with me later if you have any queries or if you need more technical details. Because, like today, I'll be talking more about the defensive part of it and the surface level of technical things. So, how it works and how we can do it to prevent, and how the organizations also work. So I'll be talking more about this. So if you need any technical details or any further guidance or something, you can anytime reach out to me over the LinkedIn. I am happy to help. Yeah, let's start the details. Like this is how, like, let me ask you a question. So in a day-to-day activities, like how many applications do you use? I expect the response from the audience. Maybe you can unmute yourself or you can post it in the chat. WhatsApp, Instagram. I hope you all will be using it, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the thing is, like, we just see the application, how it works. Like, we won't be able to know what it is there in the backend, and we won't be able to know how the progress works in the backend, right? So I just pasted a demo kind of a picture to make you understand how it works in the backend. So, for example, let's take in Amazon or Google Pay, any kind of interface. So we will be seeing only the front end, which is the browser or any application that we are having mobile app, right? Even in the mobile app and also in the website, we will be seeing only the front end. So, but we will get the response in within seconds, fraction of seconds. So once you click into the mobile application, you just click on the biometric system or you just type the password, but the login happens within seconds, fraction of seconds, right? But internally it has to go through a lot of the progress. For example, it has to go to the web server and see and check the identity of yours, like whether you are truly the same person, whether you're having the same identity. For example, if someone can know the password and trying to log into the application with someone else's password, right? So there are many checks that is happening in the backend just to verify how the user is trying to communicate to the applications. So these are the process and the application flow, I would say. So we will be, I mean, the as an application developers, the people would be developing it with more security and how we can make it more secure for and also safeguard the users' privileges and also the security informations as well. So, for example, if the user is trying to log into a particular system or an application, and the verification does, and it has to go through the web server, and the web server has to be available, and it has to connect to the backend connector container, and we do have the a thing called API as well. Like it is kind of an I would say a waiter in the restaurants or hotel. So we just tell him what we need, right? Like pasta or anything. He would communicate that to the kitchen or the chef, and we will get the result. The API is similar to that. So we just need ask the API what we needed, and it has the connectors, so it will communicate with the application and give us the result. And so this is the sample image, I would say. So it is not like major process I covered. I just pasted the login info. That's it. So once you click on the login and enter the credential, you will just get the verification. Identification and verification done, and it will reach to the server and you will get the response from the server. So this is the basic thing, and we will have the SQL also connected with any of the application just to verify whether your information is true. For example, if you are like application, you will be asking to sign up for the first time, right? Which means you are like giving the inputs to the database. For example, if you are signing up to an portal, let's say take Amazon or even Google or even ChatGPT, first time you need to sign up for it. You can there are many pathways or the technologies, I would say. Like there is ways, like you can log in through Google, you can sign up through entering your details manually. There are different methodologies, but the sign up activity is done just to collect your information and store it in the SQL database or any kind of database. So that next time when you log into the same application, it will just check the database whether you are already there in the system or not. So once it is confirmed that you are there in the system already with and you are entering the right credential, then the application will allow you to enter into the system. So this is how the application login works. It's a basic flow. And we are thinking how the application works is we are just trying to log in and we are browsing what we need. And for example, if Amazon, I'm talking about Amazon, right? So let me take the same example. So I will open the Amazon app and browse what I need and pay that. And I'm happy that I have ordered and I have paid and everything. But inside of that, there will be like dozens of API calls will be happening. So for all the kind of activities that we do. For example, if you're searching a particular thing or particular product, it has to search through the engines, search through the multiple databases and what are the available things and what is out of stock. And if you're doing further filters, and if you're adding some further filters and you're doing sort, and everything has to go through few search engines, and it has to give you the review and everything. There is a lot of flow and there is some databases connected with it, as I mentioned already. And for the verification, there has to be authentication services. And since it is hosted in the public cloud or any cloud environment, we would need some server infrastructures as well. So like behind the application, so we just see login and do the things and log out. But behind that, these are the things. Like I just started, it is just a basic process, I would say. So behind that, for each and every module, the process will go on, and the number of API calls and number of database fetches will be high. And is this new to anyone, or you people already know this? Any comments? Like you can give me a thumbs up if the if it is clear. And yeah, so I'm just moving on. So this is how the application works. So like, for example, I'm saying in the login, we are trying to enter the credential, and it is doing the database fetches, and it is checking for the server availability and everything. So security comes into the picture in all the areas. So there is a attacker, he can try to infiltrate through the front end itself, or he can hack the system of the database, he can hack the web server, or he can even hack the cloud directory as well, like where we do the app investigation and app authentication, all these things. So the attacker or an intruder can do multiple things. So as a cybersecurity professional, what we do is we will try to protect it from all the way. So yeah, like if I will talk more about that in the next slide. Yeah, these are few examples. So, like I have shown you in the bottom, this thing, right? Like SQL injection basic example. So this is the simplest form of SQL injection. So it was like in 1980s itself, it started, and we are seeing the computers, AI, everything in nowadays, right? But it started way back. And the SQL injection is a simple example. So I told you, right? Like we are giving the username and the password. Not even it has to be the right credential or the right password of ours. We can actually try this, which is basically to like mock the database. So the database will have some verification methods, right? So once you enter this as a password, it will think like for this username, whatever you have entered is correct. So if the database says your credential is right, and you are allowed to enter into the application and you are allowed to do whatever you want. So it is a normal user. Let's say, for example, if any user is trying to log into the system with admin privilege, and somehow with the SQL injection or any kind of attack, he got into the application, then think of the risk and think of the security issues that may come across. So once he entered into the system, he will do anything if he wants. For example, as like most of you are lawyers, I'm just trying to make you understand. If you are like working in a court and you're trying to get the details of particular case, and once you got into the application with the SQL injection or something, and you are able to get all the details of any case, like even the opposite person's points, or even in the like past and everything. So that should not be the case, right? Like everyone has to have some privilege. So for example, if person one can see his cases only, or a few people like in his like past systems and all these things. For example, if he is a criminal lawyer, he has to go through only the criminal cases, not the civic cases, right? So there has to be some privilege management and some restrictions. So if there is nothing, then we will be like in a risk. And if we are the application that we are using is got hacked, or like someone got into the application through the SQL injection, he can do anything that he wants. So these are few risks that is behind any kind of application that we use. So like these are few categories and examples. So I'm not going too far into the technical terms. So I'm just like touching upon. If you are having any further details, if you need any clarifications, you can stop me anywhere and ask me for further details. And you can connect me with the LinkedIn in the LinkedIn as well. So these are few categories. For example, I mentioned about the SQL injection, right? It is input attacks. So in a database, we are trying to give the input of the credentials like below. In the password, we are just trying to make fool of the database, right? So that's how the SQL injection works. So the cross-site scripting also similar to this. So a website we do have, it's like, have you come across anything, something like this, like Amazon.in, right? Like instead of zero, I mean, it is zero. So there is a websites that is actually having similar and I would say cloned websites. So we won't be able to know the difference of the original website and the cloned website. But we will be thinking like we are accessing through the original website, but we are in a trouble already. So that's how the cross-site scripting works. So the SQL injection is all about the logging in with the like credential issues, but this cross-site scripting is something different from creating a new website which is similar to the original thing. And even the other attacks like access attacks is similar to that. So for example, you have got a key and it's your house's key, but somehow it is working to open the next door as well, next house as well. So like think of that. So that's how the broken access control works. So somehow the security that we are trying to make it is a vulnerability or a weakness for another system as well. So that's how the broken access control and the session hijacking also works. Session hijacking, like if we are trying to open into a application and trying to log in, we can actually do the access then and there. Like, have you heard about middle man in the middle attack? Anyone? You can unmute yourself and talk. And yeah, so let's have this session to be more interactive if possible. Okay, since I'm not getting any response, I'm just moving on. So, like the broken access control, session hijacks, all these things are access attacks, and we do have different type of attacks as well. Authentication attacks. So, as I mentioned, like one person is trying to log in, and he is having a verification authority who is like doing the cross verification whether the user is truly the person from our environment, or he has already signed up all these things. So he can actually do the attack in the particular vault, which is an identification database. And we do have brute force as well. So brute force is kind of an trial and error method. For example, here in the username and mostly the password, like at least in the survey and few of the friends I know, like mostly they would keep, yeah, their password like name and at the rate mostly, and some year. So it could be their pet name, or even their partner's name, or any like any kind of their combinations of name and at the rate mostly, or even exclamatory, and some year or some date, some random numbers. So these are the things. So for example, if I want to hack, or if I want to enter into someone's for example, if my brother's Instagram, so like I will try to like enter the credential with different possibilities. I will enter with his name, year and date of birth, and his name with some other number that he likes. So there are few things that we would know, right? Like an intuition or something. So we can actually try that as a brute force attack. But like I'm just talking in a layman terms. But the brute force is also isn't like a targeted attack or a bot related attacks as well. So there are few bots that will have millions of entries, millions of possibilities, and it will try to like enter into the application, and it will try to enter hack that application. So that is the brute force into in a more technical term. But what I mentioned, to enter into the siblings Instagram, is also a brute force in layman terms. So data exposure attack and trust exploitation attack, it's all like in whatever we have as in progress. I showed you in the previous slide as well, right? We are having a different process. So we do have API calls, we do have databases, we do have third parties. Third parties in the sense supply chains. For example, if the application is there and it is trying to connect with some other let's take the Amazon example again. So we are having the Amazon application, and we are trying to do the payment through GPay, Google Pay. Then it is a third party. So like we do have the inbuilt application and the payment gateway, but we are not using it, and we are trying to use it through the different application. Then it is a risk of third party attacks. And for example, if the GPay or Google gets attacked, and if got hacked, then we will have that impact in the Amazon as well, as it is integrated and having the API connects and having the like interactions and data exposures as well. So if we are doing some payments, we will have to anyway share what we are ordering and how much the amount is, and when we will get the order summary, I would say, like in a simple term. Order summary will be there, and payment gateway will be like done in the GPay, and we will have all these details. So I'm not sure like if you have heard of it. So in the QR code, like airport tickets, like flight tickets, and the Amazon orders, we will be having a QR, right? Like the linear things. So we can actually get few information from those things. So yeah, I have heard of it. I don't have any experience on it, but I'm just sharing what I know. Like we can get few examples. I mean, few details around that. So these are the few categories and few attacks and security glitches, I would say, that is there in the application. All the application, like not only Amazon that I mentioned, we do have WhatsApp, we do have Instagram, we do have Telegram. So since I like got to, I mean, since I'm talking about Telegram, Telegram is more like an anomalous platform. So in a WhatsApp or Instagram, if you're trying to connect with someone and trying to chat with someone, you can actually do the backtracking. But in Telegram, it is not possible, right? I hope you all know that. So it is more like an anomalous way. So we should be more careful about it. So if I'm But in the Telegram, that is not possible, and it is doable in some point of time. But as of now, there is no progress on it. We need to raise a case, and we need to raise we have to go through a lot of progress. Like we need to complain in a cybercrime, like as you all know the law firms, right, like how it works. So it take time and you won't be able to get the data back immediately. So that's how the anomalous systems and anomalous applications works. So whenever you're trying to connect with any kind of application that is not having the proper identity that you're talking to, just be careful. That's it, I would say. And any queries till now? I'll wait for a minute for any queries if you have. Thank you for the response over the chat. Yeah, I'm just moving on. And just to secure all these applications, I told you, right, like in the previous slide. So like we do have different level of progress. We do have different level of authentication and verification and everything. We are doing this just to make the application more secure. Imagine you are having an application, you are trying to enter your credential and anyone can see it. Then it should not be the case, right? We do have a term called PII, personal identifiable information, which is also having, I mean, PII is mostly related to your identity, your name, date of birth, where you are coming from, and what are the things that you do, like the work and everything. So these are the things that is available in the internet, or even like if you are using any kind of social media, and you'll be able to get few details, right? Like as I mentioned, if someone is trying to do the social engineering attack, or someone is trying to get your details, then it is easier to get those details and guess your password, guess your pattern. For example, if you are like too much obsessed with your pet, and some person is trying to enter into your application, he will know to some extent that you are obsessed with your pet. So he will try to enter the password as your pet name, right? I mean pet's name. So like this is how the things works. So the security is all about guessing. It's not only the technical term. So we have to be aware in more of an social engineering side, or the human trick as well. So let me ask you a question. So like you are having an you want to know something from your friend mobile, or any known person's mobile, and you want to know and you want to take that details. So tell me which one is easy. You will be hacking those mobile, or you will ask or convince the other person to provide the information. Which will be easy? Yes, like if we are asking and convince our known persons, right? There is a more possibility of getting the answer and getting the information that we need. So because like not everyone can hack, right? So like if we are trying to do some technical stuff in the application, it may not work. The application may not work, and we won't get the relevant details. There is a possibility. But if we are trying to convince the person, the human with emotional tricks, it is easier, right? So that's why I'm trying to say, share the. Yes, Hemlata, you have any queries? Yeah, I think it was a mistake. No worries. Yeah, so this is how the security systems work. Like we do have different category, different level of attacks, different level of risk, but the major risk. So there is a saying: humans are the weakest link for any kind of attacks or any kind of security breaches. So yeah, like we have to be more cautious, and we have to be more like thoughtful when we share our information to the other person or any unknown person, since it is all like AI era and digital era, I would say. Like we need to be more cautious what we are giving. So how many of you used chat GPT and generated the picture? asking the prompt from Instagram and pasting that into ChatGPT or Gemini to create the similar pictures. How many of you have done that? Yeah. So mostly, I have done that too. So most of them have done that. So yes, like it is most like in a photo shoot rather than AI edit, right? So we are very much happy about, I mean, about that to see us ourselves in a different attire and different environment with a good photo. So I understand the emotion, but there is a risk behind that. So if you are like uploading your image into any kind of AI platforms, it will actually learn it. So like there is a concept called machine learning and deep learning, image processing, natural language processing. These are the terms. So if you want to know this further, maybe I'll take another session if possible, or you can reach out to me or even Google these things: NLP, ML, and image processing, all these things. So once you upload your image and asking to share it or edit it with another system, the system will learn it. It will like in the face there are a few pointers, like in the I mean in the nose and the chin. So there are 5 points, I guess. I'm not sure about like exact count of the point, but the AI platforms will learn how you look like. And for example, you might see in the news channels and many ad platforms, they will be like portraying in a video, demo video kind of thing. So even I'm seeing for most of the ads in television, it became an AI edited video rather than shooting it in with the real humans, right? So how it works? So all the features, facial features and everything, it is a combination of different faces. For example, if I'm adding a photo and I'm also generating my friend's photo, like any three or four girls photo, then it can be clubbed into together and make it one face. So right, like let me take you in a layman language. For example, in a Gen AI, this thing, I mean ML, it will take my eyes, my friend nose, and the other person's mouth, and the other person's cheeks. So it can be combined into together and it can very well create a new face, right? So that's how the new video editing and generative AI works. So in terms of image processing and image generation. So like you might be seeing, even if you're like trying to upload the photo into Gemini or ChatGPT and asking it to brighten it up, it will change your face a little bit. It will like do the something blurred, or it will change the facial features. So it is actually the truth how it works and how it has been trained. It is just a machine, right? Like we are asking that to get the training and get it get it trained with all the facial features of other people and who was there, and it will try to make a new face with all the combined features. So this is how it works. It was not planned that I should talk this, but somehow I got that as a spark. Yes. So, like for the security developers or application developers, so this is not really relevant to the awareness, but I'm just trying to tell you how it works. So we got to know how it works, what are the risks behind it, and so once we get to know what are the risks behind that, we need to be cautious and we need to focus on how it is being built, also, right? So that's how the DevSecOps and there are many things like agile frameworks, and there's a term called the shift left, which is previously there has to be a process, like application will be developed by developers, full stack developers, any sort of team, I would say. And after that, they will share it to the testing team and they will share it to the application testing team. Like there's a difference between that. Like testing team is only focus on the quality and feature testing, but the security team focus on whether we do have any application weakness or any vulnerability that may happen as an exploit. All these things people will be checking from the security team as well. So the application, once the application is developed, so that initially it was shared to the tester, DevOps people, and then to the security team, and then move into the production. So it was kind of a final step, but now it is being taken care by the security design by I mean secure by design is a principle. It's a principle, and we do have that as a progress. right from the start. So whenever a team is trying to build an application, they have to connect with security team and understand what are the possibilities to get the vulnerabilities and what are the possibilities to get the ideas, right? So it is all the encryption, least privilege, everything has taken care, and the application is being developed nowadays. And there is a term called zero trust. I have actually mentioned it in the right corner of the slide. So, which is more like an important terminology, I would say, in the AI era. So, not only in the cyber security, but even in the real time, I follow the zero trust principle. So if I'm getting some link, even from very known person, I will not click that without checking whether it is truly good link or not. So this is how it should work. So like we are visiting many websites, we are like visiting like many videos. So like in the Instagram, the people are sharing the influencers, so-called influencers, they are sharing the link, right? Like I got a product, it is so good, if you need, DM me. So if we are actually commenting link and we are getting the links, we won't be able to know whether it is truly a Meesho link or Amazon link, or it is something a different malicious link also, right? There is also a possibility, definitely. So since I mentioned about zero trust, I never had 100% confidence to click on any links, even if I get it from any kind of influencers. So this is how your mental this thing also should work. So like you should not believe all the links that you're getting through online. So just try to check and use it. Enough of speaking about the slide. I'm moving on. Any queries till now? You can stop me. Yeah, the time is like it's yeah. So this is a cyber kill chain. So we were talking more about how the application works, the process, and what are the risks behind it, right? I am going to talk about how the attacker is attacking or hacking up an application. So these are the seven phases of any kind of hacking that happens. For example, reconnaissance. So let's take in a normal example. So like we want to, as I mentioned, the same example, if I want to try to get some information from one of the known person's mobile or any application or even the laptop, what I will try to do is I will try to check the availability of them, like whether they are leaving the system anytime, and like if you, sorry. Yeah, if they're leaving their system anywhere, and if I'm able to get the information easily, so I will reconnaissance is just nothing but the information gathering. That's it. In a simple term, information gather, we can do it actively and passively also. We can ask the information directly, and we can ask the through another friend or another mutual friend also. So there is a different terminology in reconnaissance. So once we get to know the details, and once we get to know what can be done, we will do the weaponization, like which is creating the malicious link. So I'm talking about the cyber attacks, how it happens. I will try to explain the same in the layman language as well. So we do have different technologies. Like here I have mentioned steganography, right? Like if you are all Tamil audience, and you might be seen a movie called Arundhati. So there, the heroine used to read that picture of her, I mean, her grandma's, like there is a different story behind that. Like, but she will be reading a photo. It's a painting of her herself, but she will be able to read the script behind that. That is actually the steganography. So we are downloading many pictures across different platforms from the internet, but there is a possibility of that particular image have the steganography risk behind that. It is nothing but a virus kind of thing. So inside that the script will be there. For example, if you have downloaded the picture and you are trying to open it, and it will execute some commands and execute some malicious code inside that, and it will try to hack your system or mobile. So that's how the steganography works. So even the other malwares are the same, but there is a different perspective and different kind of delivery. But the steganography, why I'm talking specifically, is like it is a very easy term and easy possibility of getting into the mobiles, since we are all using the mobile apps, right? So I got to know. I mean, I'm trying to explain the same. And this is the second phase. So once an attacker got to know few information about the target, and he will be thinking what can be done. For example, I'm targeting one person. He is more often shopping oriented, or he loves shoes. Let's see that. I mean, let's say that. So I will think like, okay, I got the information as a first step that he likes shoes. And second, what I will do, I will create the malicious link or malicious payload to hack his system or his mobile and enter into a link or the image. So that depends our mind on our mindset. So I'll be trying to deliver the same to him. So I can tell him that I do have a shoe with 90% offer. I do have like maybe a costly shoe with a lesser amount or price, or even the comfort. So I will think of how I can deliver the image, or I can deliver the link, malicious link to the particular target, since he is more curious about the shows. So, like if we get to know the information properly in the first step, the other steps are comparatively easy and meaningful. If the reconnaissance and the information gathering is wrong, and if we are not sure about whether he likes the shoes or not, even if I send the link with 99% offer, he won't be able to click it and he won't do that, right? Then it is a failure of an attack. So that's how it is works. So once you get to know the information, you will try to create some malicious link and deliver it to the person whom you are targeting. And once he clicked on it, or once he downloaded the file, and it will be like exploited in the sense it got hacked. That's it. So once it got hacked, and as an attacker, I will try to gather the information of the system, or I will try to install a few more details or few more things. So there are many things like Trojan horse, worms, virus. So there are many forms of malwares. So once I installed into the particular system, I will decide what I can do with his mobile. So there I can only take the pictures of his system. I mean his mobile, or I can only encrypt his files, or I can only take some PDF files, or even I will just sit there and monitor what he is really doing, and I can record from the camera. So these are all the things that are the possibilities in the installation and command and control. So the once it is exploited, installation and command and control is similar activities. So we will decide, and once we get into the attacker system, we will decide how he is equipped, and whether we are truly satisfied with the results that we got. All these things, it depends. And action on objective is nothing but, so like you got into his mobile and you have taken all the pictures, maybe his private pictures, or any the pictures that is like some having some personal connect, or even the company's portfolio, or even future plans. So if we have hacked all those pictures, we can demand him to provide money or any kind of favoritism that we need. For example, if I'm trying to enter into a company, this may be an idea, but please do not do this, okay? So if I'm trying to get into a company, I'll try to target one person from the company who is eligible and capable of getting another person into their team. So I got his few details about the company that he had in his mobile, and I'm just trying to do the blackmail with him that I will. I mean, expose this data, expose this plan to all the people if you are not taking me into the team. So he will do that without any interviews, and he will give me the good package. So this is one thing that has happened actually. So in the, I mean, maybe in the news, if you are reading the cyber news and everything, there are many things happening around. So this is the cyber kill chain, or a progress, or how an attacker is attacking any kind of application, not only the mobile application. It can be any human, it can be any laptop, any digital assets, I would say. Any queries? I see Soumya is saying, if application use encryption to protect data, how do attackers like data exposure, unauthorized access still happen? Yeah. So like if it is using the end-to-end encryption, right? Like we are seeing, we need to enable it. So like in the WhatsApp, if you're trying to having a conversation with another people, it will say like end to end encrypted. Previously it was not there, which means if you're trying to say hi, the encryption is nothing but it won't travel through the data cable as a hi. It will transfer it to some other form. Hashing is there, encryption algorithms is there. So there are many possibilities. That's a, all cryptography is a different story or different technology or in altogether, but I will tell you in a simple term. So if you are sending a hi, it won't reach the other person as hi, right, like the same language, but how it is transfers is it's bits and bytes only. So it can be hashed. It will another, there is a public key, private key infrastructure, so there are many things that is transferring. But like why you are asking why it is still happening when we are having end-to-end encryption. So that is how the security works, I would say. Like I can confidently say nothing is 100% secured. So like even if we are having multiple security solutions, there is a possibility of any simple mistake that a person can do. For example, WhatsApp is having way better security systems nowadays, and as you mentioned, it is having end-to-end encryption. As I mentioned, like some employee got hacked in their environment, or any system got hacked, there is a possibility of getting the details from the server. So in the backend, it is a bigger picture, but I'm just making it a short one. So like, let's say, for example, you're talking to your friend, and the WhatsApp company got hacked, or some particular person system got hacked, and he has the access of few users. Maybe if you are like if you are in Chennai, he has the region wise, or let's take an example of that, like he has the region wise access or a permission with that. So for example, if his system got hacked, then there is a possibility of an attacker to read what are the messages that's been sent. So it won't be the plain text. So even the system got hacked, even the attacker is able to get your information, it won't be in a plain text. It won't be like hi or any kind of message that you sent. He will get only the encrypted message and hashed message. He won't be able to read it once he executed the attack. There has to be a process. He has to decrypt it. And if we are using key infrastructures, like I mentioned, public key, private key, there has to be key to get the information correct with the right context that you sent. So there are many possibilities. So this is how the system works. Did I answer your query? You can connect with me if you need any additional details. Yeah. And I have added few examples. So I mentioned information gathering, right? The first phase of cyber kill chain, which is reconnaissance. So this is one of the example of one tool, which is called Wireshark. So it is an open source tool. So for example, if you are sitting in an office or any hostel kind of environment where a particular one Wi-Fi is being used by multiple people, and you are having a system and having the Wireshark in your system, you can actually start capturing the network and traffic. And once you stop and try to do the same http.request.method equal to post, then if someone is trying to visit http websites, then you will be able to see the credentials. So I hope you'll be able to see here Ibrahim Dieb Yemen123. These are the credential of him. This is the username and this is the password. So you need to note down one thing. This is http. It's not https. So like in the websites or even the browser, like in the left corner, you will be seeing one lock symbol, right? So that defines whether the website is truly secured or not. So if it says not secure HTTP, there is a possibility to get the credential if it has the login page. Something similar to this, what I'm showing in the slide. So if someone is trying to capture the traffic and get these details through post method and everything, there is a possibility of getting the credentials. That's why we say it is not secure. So when you're visiting any kind of websites, always try to go with HTTPS and secured websites. And there is another concept called signed, all those things, but I'm not going deep into that. Yeah. And this is another example of how it has been delivered as third phase. As I mentioned, one person is really interested with shoes, I will decide whether he is more of an person who uses email or a normal message or WhatsApp. If a person is not even opening his mail, even if I'm sending, even if I have put a lot of efforts to gather the information and prepare the malicious file, and if I'm sending as an email and he doesn't open it, then there is no point in it, right? So the delivery is a crucial phase in any kind of cyber kill chain. So we need to send them in a way that like where they will be clicking on it and we will get the malicious payload into their system. So this is one of the example of phishing email. So here, the attacker is trying to send an email to some educational institute to change their password. So here we do have farm link. This doesn't seems to be malicious. This doesn't seem to be harmful or information gathering, nothing, right? But you need to think in a different perspective. So, like if we are asking for reset, we will get the reset password link only for the particular application. Since it is educational email that I have taken, it has to be their institute, like a college email or any kind of mail solutions, and not the forms. And here the attacker is trying to send an email with a form link to get the details, mobile number, name, surname, and the other relevant details like date of birth, all those things, whatever he needed. So we won't be able to know whether it is truly malicious, or the person who collects it will use it in a genuine way, or he will use it any for any malicious purpose. We won't be able to know. So we need to be cautious whenever we receive a link or any kind of mail. We need to think, do we really need it? So in this mail, to reset the password, why do we need the form? Why do we need to give the details? So we need to think of those perspectives. So once we are like thinking in this perspective, there is a less possibility of getting hacked, I would say. I won't say you can't be hacked. So there are many possibilities. I told you about human manipulations and emotional manipulations, and also there are possibility to get the technical things, and there is a possibility to network hackings as well. So if someone a system got hacked, he connected to the malicious network, and there is a possibility of scanning the peer systems as well. For example, there are 4 systems connected to the same Wi-Fi. One system got hacked, and there is a possibility of scanning the other peer system, other 3 systems that is connected to the same Wi-Fi. So. So there are many possibility of getting the data and gathering the information, but we need to be more sure of what we are doing, like from our end. So we can reduce the impact, I would say. And I'm just trying to go fast since the time it's already up. Yeah. So like it is Virus Total, one of the open source threat intel platforms that I admire the most, because like it is free of cost. We can utilize it to know whether it is truly malicious or not. And as I showed here, like there are 2 things, right? Here I have searched for Amazon.in. Here I have searched for some IP, which is, I know it is malicious. So I have actually pasted to show you the difference. So once you paste it in the Virus Total, you will be able to see that all the vendor here, security vendors, says it's clean. And here it says it's malicious, which means you should not click that link. So here I just pasted a IP. You can actually try with domains as well. So Amazon.in is clean. And if you're trying to paste some malicious things, you will get to know if you are seeing simple, if you are seeing all green, then you're good to go. You can click that link. If you are seeing any minimum 2 or more red security flags, then you should not click that link. So like as I mentioned, I follow zero trust principle. So like my in my mobile, most visited website is Virus Total. So whenever I receive a link, or even in the Instagram or any kind of link, I will try to open it in the Virus Total and see the analysis whether it is clean or not. Then only I will click it. uh, like you can note it down if anyone wants it, or I will share the link as well of the Virus Total website. And this is another example that I wanted to show you. This is also a threat intel platforms. So I told you like if it is malicious, then only it will say it in red. Any idea or anyone can say why it is saying 100% malicious? Can anyone able to guess it? It is actually clearly visible, but I'm just giving you a chance. Okay, so it is actually not Microsoft.com, it is RN, it is not M. So that is why it is showing 100% abused and it is 100% malicious host name, right? Yeah, so it is phishing, right? So it isn't. I told you right, like it is like a kind of a cloned website or kind of a cloned domain getting. So as for example, if you are trying to open it and someone is trying to send you a link, and suddenly if you see that, your mind will interpret that is. I mean, this particular link as in Microsoft.com only because that's how you used to read, right? But this RN is a thing that we won't notice in a normal way. So that's why I say always follow the zero trust principle and check the links. So you won't be able to know whether it is M or RN. So sometimes L and capital I also look similar, right? So there are many things that is happening, and it depends on the font and how it is being sent and how we are really looking into that. There are many things. So these are the possibilities. So just be aware like what you're trying to click it and what you're giving the information. So I was talking more about how application works and how the attacker is trying to hack the system, right? So now I'm going to talk about how the organizations prevent or detect the application security flaws or vulnerabilities. So this is how the SOC operation center works. Security operation center. So like this is a sample example of some foreign country, but in India also there will be some many systems. A single person will have two monitors, and there will be some dashboards. I mean, screened in monitors, bigger monitors, so that like here it is more like in CCTV monitoring room. So in CCTV monitoring, we will have all the cameras on. It will be shown in the bigger monitor, and security will be there. And securities will be like looking into the different kind of cameras and see the anomalies, right? Like whoever is like walking, or anyone is trying to get into the campus, or anyone is trying to do some unusual things. So that's how the SOC center also works. So it basically monitors the anomaly. Anomaly is different or unusual from the normal behavior. If someone is trying to log in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m., while his shift is 9 to 5, then it is an anomaly. Then we need to check further things, whether he has logged in for any business reasons, or he has downloaded any files, or whether his system is truly got hacked. All these things are investigation methods as a next steps. But the SOC, like security operation server, security operation center, sorry, it has few tools. So one example is SIEM, which is security incident and event management. It will have all the logs from all the servers, firewall switch, laptops, mobiles, and everything. Whatever we integrated, it will have the logs. So as I mentioned, it is more like in CCTV environment. So in the CCTV, we will have all the live stream of cameras across the campus, and we will see the different or unusual activities, right? It is similar to that. So we will have all the logs from servers, workstations, switches, and everything, and we will have the mechanism, and we will have the configurations set to give us the alert for any kind of anomalies. So as I mentioned already, the same example, if someone is trying to log in into the on one, I mean at 1 a.m., we will get as an alert, and the level 2 analyst and level 3 analyst will go through that and see whether it is truly some unusual thing or it is a normal behavior without any impact. So all these things will be happening in the security operations center. And I don't want to confuse with all these things. This is just the same, as I mentioned, the cyber kill chain, right? We do have different terminologies, different techniques. So the attacker itself has a meaning like adversarial tactics, techniques, and common knowledge. So it is having different level of techniques and tactics. So we first need to decide the target, and then we need to think what we are going to do and what are the informations that we needed from them. So based on that, the tactics and techniques will differ. So this is one example of framework of how an attacker can do the attacks. And also as a defender, we will know these are the techniques and we will have to defend from any one of these things. Yeah. And it is similar to the virus total, like the open source threat intel platforms. So if you are seeing, I'll show you the live website here. Yeah, this is the one of the threat maps that is there in the. I mean, there are many threat maps. We do have Casper, Sky, Radware. So these are the security vendors. So they will be having this live dashboard of how the attack is being happened at this point of time. At this point, particular second, there are this much attacks are happening. So the United States is trying to attack Poland, and there are things that is happening in between the Saudi Arabia. So in every second, the attacks details will be updated. And see now the from Ireland it is going to Brazil, Mongolia. So these are the things like it is live, and we get these details from deep web and dark web. So these are the vendors like cybersecurity vendors, and they will have the information from firewall and any kind of threat intel, and they will like create this threat map just to get to know. This is another vendor, Radware. It's their threat map. Here we will have who are all the top attackers, who are all top attacked. It's us in the second place, and India. And we will have the ports. Port in the sense I told you, right, like HTTP is 80, HTTPS is 443. There's a different ports. So this is how it works. And yeah, these are few example threat maps. And yes, defensive in depth, as Soumya was asking, even though if we have end-to-end encryption, why are we getting hacked? So this is the exact thing why we are having different level of security systems in place. So there is my favorite term is defense in depth. So it's like in layers of security. So for example, in a home, you are having like 10 lakh rupees as a cash, and you have some jewels, and you what you will do, you will do the locker and then the cupboard, and you will ensure the room is locked, and then your house, right? It's a four level of layered security. So if you are having some good asset with you, you won't be able to trust anyone. Like why are we doing all these stuffs, having multiple locks, just to ensure even if one doesn't work, the other will protect it. That is the thing, right? It is the same concept and same ideology behind the cybersecurity as well. So we do have different security solutions like firewall, antivirus, endpoint security. So I'm just taking the name that you might be heard of it. So there are multiple things like I have shown this. This is just a sample. So after the AI, there are many new applications and many new terminologies, technologies has come in, and we do have compliance to ensure it's all good. As I mentioned, the same scenario, like having one particular person or security just to make sure if it is logged in everywhere. And after we log the key, is trying to open it through the keys that he have or any kind of different keys. So these are all the VAPT or penetration testing methods or ethical hacking methods. So there are different things in cybersecurity. So yeah, defense in depth is one of the concept that we have different layer of security just to ensure the data that we have is safe. And I have added few of the security landscape as in statistics. I'll just take two, three. So, for example, every day, average, and on an average, there are 2,200 cyber attacks happening every day. And also, in from the cyber attacks, there are 30 to 50 data breaches happening. For example, recently one of the car company got data breach, and Uber got data breach. So there are many giant companies also facing data breaches nowadays, because like it is more becoming common, and we have to rely on the information that we are providing. And just to make you understand, like even in the AI era and the digital era, even if your information got leaked, and if your any kind of photos or any kind of thing got leaked, don't be uh, I would say, don't be sad or don't be worried about that. It has become common, and everyone is trying to like face that situation with a good, thoughtful, and defensive techniques. Yes. So yeah, these are few statistics I would say. Like on an average, in every 39 second, there is an cyber attacks happening across the world. I was showing you the threat map as well, right? So it is the reality. So like on each and every second, each and everything, the attacks is trying to happen. The 39 seconds, I'm saying the successful attacks. So there are many attacks that has happened in a halfway. So the people would try to do the hacking, and they may not get that hacked, or they may not get the information collected that he needed. So there are possibilities, but the successful attempts itself is this much high. So this is how it is, the cybersecurity world. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is the reality. And the people and the researchers are trying to protect it, and trying to find many ways. And even the law also, the cyber laws, like previously, it was an IT Act 2000. So it was more focused on who has done that. So if we are like, if some information has got leaked, or some hacking has done, so previous law was more focused on who has done it, and it is more similar to the like crimes, right? So but now after DPDPA Act, and even the Meghna was asking to me whether whether she can turn on the recording or not, right? So that is also part of DPDPA. So it's my opinion and my privacy that I can tell that she is able to record this session or not. And it has become a mandate now. So there are many things that has been added in the DPDPA Act that was amended in 2023. So yeah, it is going in a good way, and we are hoping for the good future as well. And with this, I'm done with my session, and you can ask me for any queries. I'll be here for 5 more minutes. And you can actually scan these QRs if you want me to connect with you in LinkedIn. And you can give me the feedback if you are having any negatives, positives, any kind of things. And I'll be sharing the virus total link as well. Any queries, anyone? Thank you for being with me for 15 more minutes. Like it's already time, but thank you for being here. Yeah. Thank you, Soumya.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such an insightful and engaging session. We will now move on to the question and answer session. Participants are kindly requested to post their questions in the chat box. If you would like to ask your questions directly, please use the raise hand feature and we will invite you to speak on at a time. We will do our best to address as many as questions as possible within the available time. We encourage everyone to actively participate and make the most of this opportunity to interact with our esteemed speaker. Thank you, ma'am. I hope everyone was clear about your session.
Yeah. You
Uh,
can reach out to me over the LinkedIn if you have any additional queries. Mhm.
Thank you once again, ma'am, for addressing the questions which was posted in the chat box with such clarity, depth, and patience. Your insightful session greatly enhanced our understanding of cyber regulation, compliance and responsibilities, and legal expectations in this digital era. The knowledge and the knowledge and perspectives you shared will help us become now more aware, vigilant, and responsible digital citizens. We sincerely appreciate your time and valuable contribution, which made this session a truly enriching learning experience for everyone, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, participants, also for the active participation.
With this insightful and enriching session, we now come to the conclusion of today's program. On behalf of Naksh Foundation and Project Cybershield, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Satyaprabha Gunashekaran for delivering such an engaging, informative, and thoughtful provoking session on hidden risks in modern digital ecosystem. We would also like to express our sincere appreciation to all the participants who joined us today and contributed. Sorry for the disturbance, ma'am. And contributed to the success of the session through your enthusiastic participation, active engagement, and thoughtful questions. Before we conclude, we kindly request everyone to complete the required assessment formalities. Please ensure that you submit post-assessment form as a successful completion and submission of these forms is mandatory for the issuance of participation certificates. With that, we will conclude episode 19 of Cyber Sundays. Thank you for being a part of this learning journey. We look forward to welcome you again in our upcoming sessions. Until then, stay informed, stay vigilant, stay secure, and continue contributing towards a safer and more resilient digital world. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Megha.
Thank you, ma'am.
You will be sharing the recording link and the screenshots, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
ఇది